Good morning, gorgeous ones. How are you all doing out there? It's a lovely day in England and a perfect day for another foundation review. If you're new to the House of Joseph, it's lovely to meet you. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. So what are we going to be reviewing in today's blind review? And this will be another blind review. And the House of Joseph, the blind reviews are exclusive to the House of Joseph. They're an invention by yours truly here, just to keep you guys more entertained and more engaged. And I'll speak to you about what they are in a minute. However, shall I show you what we're going to be reviewing first? Why not? This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Buildable Coverage Powder Foundation. This is in shade Rose Ivory, so it's a cool toned foundation to suit my skin. So without any further waffle, shall I dive on in? Let's do it. So beautiful ones. I guess the question really is, what are blind reviews and why do we do them on the House of... Why do I do them? It's only me here, guys. I don't know why I keep saying we. It's just me, lonely Joseph. Well, I'm not lonely at all, actually. I never get lonely. Waffling, shall I talk about? Yeah, okay, I'll do that. So in a blind... Well, I'll just explain what a blind review is. So I started doing blind reviews when I first started doing the foundation reviews or the makeup reviews or product reviews, basically, aren't they? And someone had requested that, by the way, and that's why not the blind review, someone had requested that I just reviewed a foundation. And I thought that, you know, rather than doing your bog standard YouTube review whereby you do the unboxing, don't you, and then you get the product out, you inspect it, and then you put it on your skin, all the time looking at the literature or the claims which accompany the product, and then you look at the website simultaneously. Blind reviews, we don't do any of that, guys. We do it totally different, a little bit backwards, I suppose, or a little bit, flipped. I flip the whole thing so that all I do now is I go out and I buy a product. Say I'm in Boots or Superdrug or a chemist or a drugstore, as you beautiful American people call them. Say I'm out and about and something grabs my eye, a foundation or a concealer or something like that, which I would wear, or for my makeup kit. I buy it. I purposely don't look at any of the literature or any of the, you know, because some of these stands, these makeup stands have huge posters and billboards and that saying this foundation will do this for you or do that for you. I try to ignore all of that until I've got the product at the till, get it home, and I don't look at the website until the end of the review. So I know nothing about this, absolutely nothing, other than what it tells me on the package or the compact. So that's why we do blind reviews on the House of... Or I do blind... Stop saying we. Okay. That's why I do blind reviews on the House of Joseph, because it... I guess it gives you a level of what's uncertainty or unpredictability, because you know there have been occasions where I've really been determined to love, say, a foundation or a concealer or a contour or something like that, and it's basically just really ended up hating it, or vice versa. I've started off being determined to hate something and just really falling in love with it. Generally 9 times out of 10 though, and then at the end, I should have said towards the end, I endorse them or not endorse them, but 9 times out of 10 I tend to endorse. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, guys? Hope so. Bit naughty today, sorry. Again, during said review, guys, I try this on my skin the way it was intended. So this comes with a little sponge. I have opened it and had a little look and had a sniff as well, just to make sure it's not perfumed, because it is. If it is perfumed, I need to set aside at least 12 hours for full recovery of this body, because perfumed foundations tend to send me into nauseated shock. They don't. I'm being totally dramatic there. Yeah, and I was saying so I'll try this with the sponge the way it was intended to use, and then I'll try it with a beauty blender. So this is brand new, by the way. B&M, £1 I think I paid. No, sorry, Poundland again. My bad. Yeah, no, and then I'll try it with this one, either wet or dry, and then finally, should we try with a foundation brush? And what we'll do is, again, we'll soak it, because I've got a feeling that anything with the word long lasting or second skin or something like that will have silicones in them, and most foundations today do have silicones in them. And what that then allows me to do is to incorporate water into the equation. And I don't know if you've seen any of my other reviews or try-ons, I guess you could call them, but the addition of water into a silicone-based foundation just transforms it utterly, guys, to the most gorgeous, barely there, glowing, natural sort of look, but with utterly perfect skin too. I should have said, guys, I don't prep. I never prep my skin for these blind reviews, and my skin is normal to combination. Tendency to be a little bit more oily in the summer. But before we do any of that, guys, I'm going to talk to you about my purchase I made yesterday. Got it from Savers. I think it was £5.99, and it is Old Spice. Now, I know this is a really old man. Sort of, my granddad used to wear it, bless him. My dad doesn't really wear it. In fact, my dad just doesn't bath. Do you know what I mean? My dad is allergic to water or bathing or something. I don't know where I've inherited my super clean genes from, but I'm always in the bath, always submerged under 3 feet of water, red hot water. No, it was quite mild this morning, I guess. But it's all leaking all over my hands. Sorry, it smells divine though, gorgeous ones. It does. It smells beautiful. But my little tip, guys, is can you see this? It comes in a ceramic. Can you hear that glass bottle? It's a bit like a milk bottle, doesn't it, with the Old Spice branding on the front. And it comes with this really awkward plug sort of thing. So what you're supposed to do is take that off and pour some of this into your hand, rub your hands together and splash it on your face. Be very careful, because if you've just shaved, men out there or women, we can all shave, can't we? All have the ability to shave our faces if you want. Why am I going in that tangent when I need to be going in this tangent? Don't know. It happens, guys. It happens to me quite regularly. Do be careful, because if you apply this onto this one onto freshly shaved skin, it will irritate, because there's pure alcohol in this, in the Old Spice aftershave or splash on lotion, I guess you could call it. But what I do, guys, is because that is really awkward to get that out of there, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, guys? So what I do is I just went and got I've got hundreds of these spray bottles. These are 3 for £1 or something like that from Wilko's. Again, I'll link everything into the description or description. And all I did was just took the lid off the empty bottle, took that away, took the plug off, in fact, stood it like that and tapped the bottom of the bottle, and hey presto, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Jim's your granddad. Right, guys, now that I'm smelling delicious and divine and all of those gorgeous things we all love, shall I just explain to you what I can say? And that's how I do these blind reviews. I start off by, yeah, you know, don't you? So in my hand, I have a red compact, and this is a 10 gram compact. Can you see that there, or look there, I should say? And on the front, it just says Rimmel London Lasting Finish Buildable Coverage Powder Foundation. And on the back is the shade at the top. Rose, sorry, I'm shaking again. Had way too much coffee this morning. It's only 8:15, and I've had about 5,000 cups of tea and coffee, mixing up the caffeine into this old system. And on the back, guys, is the shade at the top. You can see that there. And I said that's called Rose Ivory. And then there are some claims there, and I'll read those out if that's okay. It says lightweight, non-drying, buildable coverage powder that lasts all day. So that's claim number 1 there, isn't it? Or no, there's 2 claims in there, aren't there? No, 4 actually, sorry. So there's lightweight, so I need to find out whether this is lightweight or not. Non-drying, that's claim number 2. Buildable coverage, claim number 3. And claim number 4 is the fact it should last all day. And I'll do a wear test on this one either today or tomorrow if that's okay. Transfer proof, claim number 5. Sweat proof, claim number 6. Controls shine, claim number 7. So there are 7 things there we can work with. And this little compact cost me £10 from Tesco's. No, was it Tesco's? Sainsbury's, I think I got it from. One of the big supermarkets in Ely anyway. So shall I just show you what it looks like inside? So just lift the lid up. And can you see there are no fingerprints, so we don't need to dust this for DNA or fingerprints like I had to with the old Revolution. Once someone had their paws on that, hadn't it? It was possibly mine, but you know, it's always best to blame other people, isn't it, for fingerprints which shouldn't be there on foundations or. And so that's the product in there. You can see it's sort of like a pale biscuity. It looks a bit like a rich tea biscuit, doesn't it? Possibly a hobnob. No, I'm joking. And if you lift it up, then that really reveals the sponge underneath. And we'll try with that first of all, if that's okay with you guys. And then we'll try it soaked, and then we'll try a foundation brush or we'll try everything, shall we, today? Why not? There's no discernible scent to the foundation. Nothing that. No, I can't smell anything other than the plastic of the compact which it's come in, which is fair enough, isn't it, really? So what I'll do is I need to get you guys in a little bit closer. Is that okay? Let's do that. So beautiful ones. Can you see that red mark on my nose? It's because my skin's nosedive. It's heading to dermal disaster again, but we'll see whether we can get that covered by this one, shall we? And yeah, let's do that. So without any further ado, or waffle from this man who does have a tendency to waffle, I'll just, sorry, I should have just shown you the sponge. It's just a plastic, latex, rectangular or oblong sponge, bog standard, you know. So let's get some of this on this. And what I'll do is I'll just put it on the back of my hand to start off with. And thank you, Amanda and Linda Jones and Amanda Young for your comments about, I think because that's the self-tanner. I've shot another video where I'm showing you how to make the most olive brown self-tanner. That's the remnants of that one. I'll have to use it. I'll do it on this hand in that case. And can you see that blob covered in self tanner? But right, okay. Let's just. Wow. Really, really, really sheer. In fact, barely there, I would say. Barely there. And I was saying, wasn't I, about Amanda and Linda before I went off and tangent got distracted by powder foundations. Yeah, no, they I think they've both used it. Linda Jones, hi Linda, how are you doing? Sorry, I should have said hello before. Linda's certainly tried this, and I think she quite likes it. Do you use it with the Lanacane, or do you just use it straight out of the compact? I don't know. I'd love to hear from you though, and Amanda as well. I think you said you tried. Did you say that you thought this was a bit like the Max Factor Facefinity, my all-time favourite foundation? But you know, there is room for another foundation at the top spot, and we'll see whether this is the one today or not, shall we? So I can't see anything there. Can you guys? And I put it there. I'll put some more on, shall I? And just build this one up because it did say it was buildable, didn't it? Yes, it did. Okay. It does kick up quite a lot. Can you see that? Put my hand behind it so it focuses a little bit better. And there's loads on there, guys. So let's just wow. It's not giving me any coverage at all. None. Oh, I don't know though. Hang on. What I might do is just keep building that up until it becomes. Can you see it though, guys? I can't see that until it becomes, you know, visible to the naked eye. So I'm just putting some more on. And as I said, this was only £10. So and I do like a powder foundation, you know, used with a soaked beauty blender or soak sponge, because it just gives. Hang on. Yeah, it is. It's building up now, guys. So can you see that area there, or look there, I should say? God, my hands look so old, don't they? Hands will age, age a person. If someone's telling you they're 21 and they're in fact 65, look at their hands and their necks, beautiful ones, because that's a dead giveaway. I think you can see it there, can't you? Can you just see that? It has given me some. Oh, right, okay. It's a really, really, really good colour match for me, guys. Really, really good. And again, I just chose it on the hoof because I was in. And I bought this about nearly a month ago now. And I've been meaning to review it, but you know, yesterday's comments from Amanda and Linda did galvanise me into actually filming this today. I guess you could say that there's certainly something on the back of my hand. Does that make sense? You can certainly tell there's something on there, although it looks really, really, really natural, guys. In fact, I'm getting a little bit excited now, so sad. Yeah, I know, guys. Come on. I have to have a creative outlet somewhere. I'm not painting anymore because I'm focusing all of my attentions on YouTube. But right, I just had a brainwave, guys. So what I'll do is should I put some on the back of that hand, you know, with that self tanners, and see if we can cover those orangey, those browny, olivey sort of marks on my hand. In fact, we could just put a strip on and see how well this baby holds up. Shall we do that? Okay. So I'll get some more of this onto spongy. Now, can you see that? There we go. Right, okay. So what I'll do is I'll aim to get it on that part of. Okay, so it's dampened down the old. You can definitely see that area there now, can't you, guys? Okay, so no discernible scent at all. In fact, all I can smell is the latex from the sponge, and that's fair enough. And a little bit of plasticky from the compact, but you would expect that anyway, wouldn't you, gorgeous? Okay. Bit naughty today, sorry. I've already told you I'm always in a naughty mood, especially when I'm in Ealing, especially when the sun's shining. I just don't know. It's a bit like a full mooner with lunatics. Do you know what I mean? What I'll do now, guys, is I'll get a swatch on down, and I'll do it from my cheek all the way down to my neck, and that's how you check the colour of a foundation, because obviously they're quite different colours, aren't they? I mean, my face. Look at that area there compared to the base of my neck. My neck's like lily white, sort of late Swan Lake white. You know what I mean? So sorry, I should have shown you that. There's I've just put some more of this one onto spongy. So and I'll just fold the sponge over because I need sort of like a point, really. And that's a pretty good colour match for me, isn't it, guys? And just work it all the way down your neck. Okay, yep. Right. So far, so good, guys. You can see where I've just applied it. Can you see that paler area on my cheek, on my jawline there? It has disappeared totally on my neck. Although you shouldn't aim to match your neck 100% because necks are much, much paler than the face, obviously. You want to try and get somewhere between your face and your neck. Does that make sense? Hope so, guys. What I'll do now, guys, is slap some of this on these old chops, shall I? Shall I do that? Okay. Right, so let's get a good old amount of this on, shall we? Give it a fair old review. Are you all okay, beautiful ones? I hope so. I hope the sun's shining for you today. It's nice when the sun shines, and it makes a big... It does change moods, doesn't it? It's like St. John's Wort of the meteorological world, or Prozac of the meteorological world. What am I talking about? Shut up, man, and get on with the review. Okay, trying. I am trying, guys. Very trying. On occasion, I am. Right, I'll get a bit more on, because there's... Oh, sugar. Dropped it everywhere. Doesn't matter, it's only a powder. So... You can see that on the sponge, can't you, guys? I wish someone would invent something, do you know what I mean? So you don't have to keep putting your hand behind stuff to make it visible. I know you can see it anyway, but, you know, to make the foreground or the thing you're focusing on a little bit sharper. Stop waffling. So, again, I'll just start on my nose. Okay, let's start on Schnufter. And when you're applying anything, any sort of foundation or something which is designed to, you know, to give you coverage, you need to start on the central parts of the face, because that's where most of your pores are and texture, and okay, and then just work out, so you're diffusing the look of the foundation as you get to the outer quadrants or the outskirts of your face. The colour's a little bit too pale for me. Doesn't, as I said, it doesn't really smell of anything at all, so that's nearly one layer of that on, isn't it? And I guess what I'm after here is something which is not going to look really, really flat and matte. And powder foundations can look like, can make you look really, really flat and chalky and mask-like. Glasses, please. He clicks his fingers and they slide down. No, they don't. I had to actually physically drag them. Okay, so that's one layer of him on this old face. It's a little, as I said, it's way, way, way too pale for me. But I'm liking this area here. Can you see? Yeah, okay. Skin feel test. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. And obviously I shave it. Before I do it, put anything on my face for you beautiful ones to review, I always shave my skin. So to give us an ultra smooth canvas or canvas. What am I doing, guys? Why am I being silly? Because I'm in a silly mood. Okay, so... Yep. Okay, quite enjoying this so far. And once I've put a second layer on, I'll go and take a set of photos, and then we'll try with a soak something, shall we? Soaked sponge, soaked foundation brush. Should we try that? Let's do that. So claim number one was the fact it was lightweight, wasn't it? And yeah, it's certainly very, very lightweight. In fact, I can't feel anything on my... It's not giving you that heavy sort of feel. Do you know what I mean? That a lot of powder foundations can give you. What was claim number two? Non-drying buildable coverage. Well, we'll try the buildable bit in a minute, but... It doesn't feel dry at all, and obviously I'm using salicylic acid again to try and correct the old toffee nose effect, or chewed toffee as my nose is resembling currently. But yeah, no, okay. Should we see if we can build it up? Why not? Let's do that. So again, guys, spectacles up. No, they don't, guys. I've got to physically... Wish someone would invent something, you know, that could you click your fingers and it moves your glasses up and down for you, or when you've lost them. Do you know what I mean? You press a button and they beep, or they say, I'm here, something like that. Because I'm always losing my glasses, always. Right, so there's that bit on the back of the, on the sponge. And again, we'll just start by applying him onto the central parts of the choppies. I do like a powder foundation, as I said, especially with a soaked sponge, because it just allows the product to bond with the skin and give you like a second sort of skin. And by an addition of water, you get rid of that powdery sort of look. And can you see what I'm talking about the powdery sort of look? All powders you put on your face will give you a flat, unless they're highlighting powders, in which case they won't. But most powders will give you a very flat, sort of chalky sort of look. Although this one is giving me a little bit of reflection on my nose, isn't it? Can you see that? Don't know whether you can see it or not, but I can certainly see it, guys. Where's my mirror? Let me just have a little look over here. Wow. Wow, this is really, really nice. I'm really liking this stuff, guys. It just looks like there's nothing on my skin. The colour match is nearly spot on. This is how my skin would look in the winter. Obviously, I'm lily white anyway, and I don't suntan at all. But purposely, I don't. You know, I just don't believe in going out there and baking in the sun like a streak of bacon or a roast chicken or something. But shall I shut up and stop talking about my suntanning abilities or the lack of abilities, and talk about this one instead? Time for an inspection, guys, I think, don't you? Okay. Yep. Okay, and as I said, in natural daylight, it just looks amazing. It looks like there's nothing on your skin at all. So that's that. Was there a claim which said it looked ultra natural? I don't think there was. Controls shine, sweat resist. No, transfer proof, sweat resistant, and lasts all day. So no, there's nothing that says it gives you an ultra natural look. Although it does, guys. This is an amazing powder foundation. Gonna possibly fall head over heels for this one. Might not though, we'll have to wait and see until we've tried it various different ways, but I'm just looking at the time because I don't want to keep you beautiful ones for any longer than is necessary on this gorgeous Thursday. I'm going to go out in a minute and go and have a really nice walk and need to go into town and do a few jobs, but you didn't need to know that, guys, did you? No. And I ought to just, I'll go and get my J cloth and just clean eyebrows, and because obviously some of the powder foundation has clung to my eyebrows, and because they're jet black, it makes them look really, really standing out. Or Okay. Sorry, guys. Right, guys, here's the first set of photos. Now, this one's me looking straight out of the window into natural daylight. And it is an incredibly good foundation. I love it. Can you see it's just given my skin sort of a perfected sort of, maybe a little bit chalky, but here's me looking to the right. That can easily be fixed, guys, by, you know, adding water or soaking our beauty sponge, and we'll try with me to the left. We'll try with a soaked foundation brush too, shall we? Why not? Here's me holding the camera above my head. And finally, guys, flash photography. Yep, no, I'm certainly falling for this one in quite a big way. Do you know what I mean? Do you guys? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm just feeling really silly today. Yeah, no, so what I'll go and do now, guys, is I'll go and rinse this layer off, and when I come back, we'll try with the... and I thought perhaps today we could try my new little pink... It looks purple in there, doesn't it? But it's actually pale, sort of pastel-y, candy floss sort of pink. So we'll try with that one, and I'll soak it, and we'll see if we can get the best out of this... Oh, it's gone on the floor. Oh, well, hey-ho, everything ends up on my floor at some point. And we'll try with the soaking wet sponge, shall we? Should we do that? Let's do that. Right, beautiful ones, that's me back from the bathroom, a layer of powder foundation removed. Before we continue, I'm just going to have a quick moan about this box this little pink sponge came in. Can you see that? It was quite hard to get into. It looks a bit like something exploded, hand grenades exploded in my box for my beauty sponge, but just wanted to show you this. What is the point? I understand it needs to it's there to hold the box, you know, in place, but it's plastic, and that... It just really, really bothers me, things like that, because it's so unnecessary. Why don't they just make the cardboard a little bit thicker, or just don't you know, just leave it as it is? Because I just think that, you know, that's going to take 1,000 years to degrade, isn't it? Stop moaning, man. Right, so I've got my bowl with, this is a plastic bowl, 4 of these for £1 from Poundland, and I'll go in with my sponge just to show you that it is being, and I haven't used this sponge before, so it'll take quite a bit of soaking to get the all of the water into it. Mind you, I suppose it's just having a good old nose at my neighbour. Sorry, guys. She works in Tesco's. She's just come back from a night shift, I assume, because why would you be coming home in a uniform at 9:15 in the morning? She's got to work at Tesco's. She's got to do night shifts, isn't she? Yeah, I think so. Nosy, aren't I? Well, you've got to take interest in people, haven't you, guys? That's my firm philosophy on life. So, shall I stop talking about my nosiness and carry on soaking spongette? Right, okay, so I think that's pretty wet now, don't you, guys? Okay, right. So this might not even work, guys, and it does tend to work though. We found that in the We found that in the past, haven't we? That you know, soaking something like a beauty sponge. What I'll do is I like to use the pointed end to apply it, and then I'll just bounce it in with the rounded end. Okay, so just loads of this up, and it should pick up quite a lot of product. Yeah. Oh, that's doing really, really nicely, guys. Should I use quite a lot? We can always go in with a second layer, can't we? Because it's supposed to be buildable. Right. So you can see that on there, can't you, guys? That foundation on the end, and again I'll start on the central parts of the skin and just work out. And wow, just by using water makes it so refreshing, guys. It makes it a real pleasure to, you know, and especially on a nice hot day like today. And what will happen is the water will just evaporate, and it helps to make the foundation bond with the skin. I don't know how it works exactly. Let's see if, and you know, as I said, as the water evaporates, it just leaves behind like a second skin, which never looks chalky or mask-like or powdery at all. Okay, so let's just leave that to dry, and while it dries, I'll carry on waffling, shall I? Why not? You do like me waffling, don't you guys? I think some of you like my waffle, and some of you don't like waffle. We all like a bit of waffle now and then, though, don't we, guys? Might just have to turn my fan around so it's actually, because I've got it facing just off to the right here, just so it's not blowing on the camera. Now it's blowing directly on. I'm in a wind tunnel now, guys. Actually, in a literal wind tunnel. You know, one of those ones they test Boeing 7 for. No, I'm really joking. It's not really. I'm so not. Okay. Yep. Wow. Wow. Can you see that area there and there? I mean, just look at that reflection. And this is a powder foundation I've got on my face now, guys. You know, a full-on powder foundation. Look at that. It's just incredible. So I've still got a wet beard. Oh, by the way, a little tip, guys. If you've got facial hair and you want to make it smell nice, put some aftershave on it. Rub your hands together. Pull it through. Gorgeous. Right, okay. Should I stop talking about aftershave on facial hair? And yeah. It hasn't quite covered the redness on my nose, but it's certainly given my skin the most beautiful glow, hasn't it? Can you see that? Look at that area there, guys. That you just money just can't buy that, can it? Do you know what I mean? I'm getting really excited again. Put my glasses on so I can have a close. They're filthy again. Close inspection. Wow. Can you see how it's erased all of my pores? You can see that there, can't you, guys? And there. Wow. Yup. Falling for this one again. That's just incredible, isn't it? Just awesome. Just amazing. I'm a happy bunny again now. You know, it's funny how these small things can please people, isn't it? But, you know, it's just, wow, look at that area there, guys. It's just stunning, isn't it? Oh, by the way, I'm using purple shampoo on all of my hair because as I'm going grey around here, I'd like to have sort of, you know, a pure white sort of grey. I don't want to be one of those people that has sort of like a cigarette or nicotine grey colour. I want to have a pure white. Okay. Wow, that is just amazing. I'm so impressed. I really am for £10. Okay, should we go in for a second layer? Let's do that. Right, guys, so my sponge is back in my bowl again, and it's, you know, each time you do this, you will need to re-soak your sponge. Just not sopping wet though, but you know, dry. Sorry, more wet than a damp sponge. So somewhere between soaking and just damp, I suppose. So again, I'll go in with it, and it's removing because sometimes, you know, these foundations can stain beauty blenders, can't they? And it did take quite a bit to get it off my face when I went and removed the first layer. It's quite a stubborn foundation, which is good because that means, you know, it will last all day too. So again, I'll just start on the central parts of the choppies. Oh, wow, my sponge is so wet, guys. So wet. A bit like me. And can you see it's actually starting now? We're building it up, and it's certainly very buildable as well, which is great because that means, you know, you get more than just one foundation coverage in one little compact. You know, that means you'll be able to have a sheer days where you don't want a lot of coverage, whereas, you know, there are days where you do want more coverage, or couvrage, as I sometimes say, and that is the French for coverage, couvrage. Yep. Okay, what was I talking about? Totally gone, guys, totally gone. Yeah. It'll come back. It always does. Coverage I was talking about, wasn't I? Yeah, it's just suddenly come back to me. So, you know, it is starting to cover that red mark on my nose and my glasses marks as well, because my glasses were a little bit too small for my head. I'll put some more on. Why not, to try and really build this baby up? I do like this stuff though, guys. And, you know, for £10, you just can't go wrong, can you? And this is how you get. I know I keep going on about how to have expensive skin, but this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Here, this is expensive looking skin. Can you see how it just looks so natural and just really reflective and glowy, yet perfected at the same time? Money can't buy that, guys. It just can't. So again, I'll put some more on around my old nose because that's where I tend to get most of my facial cellulite. And as I said, you know, the addition of water blended with the foundation or incorporated into the mixture just creates the most, put some into the old stosh beard, creates the most, and bring it down onto the neck too, creates the most refreshing, delightful experience. And put it on your ears as well, so that you get a more uniform, put that sponge back in the bowl, a more uniform sort of look. Does that make sense? Hope so. Right, so I'll have to again just sit here for the next 5 minutes until this one dries, but you know, hey ho. And this wouldn't work I don't think this would work if you put it on top of moisturizer, because obviously these foundations are designed to use directly onto skin. We all use moisturizer though. I don't personally, I use a serum, but you know, if you think about that logically, you're putting something which is water-based under a layer of something which isn't. It's a silicone-based foundation or something. So you're putting a layer of water on your skin, or a water-based product. Then you're applying a silicone-based product on top of the water. It will affect the way that the silicones in the foundations behave, and it won't be pure. It won't act the way it was supposed to, because these foundations are designed just to go straight on bare skin. FYI. So that's almost dried. My eyebrows are sopping, but wow, look at that, guys. That's just awesome, isn't it? Just incredible. Sorry, I'm just rubbing my hands together. Don't know why, it's just something I do. Yep. Wow, look at that. You see that? And I'm just going to sit here smiling now for the rest of the day, because that's just incredible. Wow, and can you see it's almost changed the colour as well, hasn't it? It's just made it so it looks like my skin now, only better. I'll go and take a set of photos, and when I come back, should we try with the foundation? I'm really tempted just to leave this on now. However, we did say that we were going to try it with the foundation brush, so that's what we will do. Right, beautiful ones, that's that layer of powder foundation removed for the second time this morning. Won't be the last. No, it certainly won't. These are some photos. This is me looking straight out of the window into natural daylight, and I'm really, really, really impressed with this. It's just gorgeous, just gorgeous. It just makes your skin. This is me looking to the right. It just makes your skin look like there's absolutely nothing. Certainly not powdery. It's just gorgeous. Me looking to the left. And for £10, I'm sorry guys, it's just absurd, isn't it? Holding the camera above my head. Wow. And finally, flash photography, beautiful ones. It's just incredible, just amazing. It's probably better, I'd say it's much better than the Facefinity Compact. My favourite up until right now. But you know, it's my right, I can change my mind if I want, can't I? Yep, I can, yeah. Why didn't my voice go really high pitched then? So, Phase 3 of today's review will be water and foundation. It looks a bit dirty. It's not. I wash them every time I use them. I'll have to get you back in. I just moved you back out so you could see the photos, and I'll get you nice and close. Put my J-Cloth over there, and I'll get you in nice and close. Is that okay? What I might do, guys, is just add another another one. I'm having loads of them today, aren't I? Head's hurting now, though, of course. I might just apply one side with dry brush and go in with the wet side, go in with wet brush on other one. Is that okay? Let's do that. So let's get some of this one, and this is going to kick up loads and loads of it, because it's quite a not a loose powder, because obviously it's a pressed compact, isn't it? But it dusts up, if that makes sense. And this foundation brush isn't picking up a lot of product. Again, because it's not designed to pick up powders, it's designed for cream or liquid foundations. Now then, can you see all of that? We'll look at the powder on the old brush. Which side? This one, or should I start on this one? Let's start. Yep, no, I'm really, really, really impressed by this foundation, guys. It is phenomenal. And I'm going to go out this afternoon, because obviously I need every single shade that ever existed. And even shades that don't exist yet, I need them in my life right now. Thanks, glasses. You just collapse in the background. Why not, eh? Calamity Joseph, that's what you need to start calling me, guys. Okay, let's work some of that into the beard. Why do men have bald patches here? Does anyone ever know that? It's just one of those ponder. Well, I'm going to ponder that question for the rest of the day, possibly the rest of my life. But no. Okay, so and the powder itself, straight out of the compact, does give you quite a nice glow as well. It's not one of those, as I've said many times, that it doesn't give you a. Can you see the end of my nose? And there you can see, and if this was anything else other than this foundation, would have just left my skin looking really powdery. So what I'll do now, guys, is I'll go in with I'll just soak this brush. Should really wash it, but you know, in the name of time, saving time, I'll just whop it on now. Okay, so put that one over there, or that will end up all over my lap. And what I'll do is I'll just blot off the excess water. Can you see that is sopping wet? Well, it is anyway. Just take my word for it. Beautiful ones, please. So, and again, and you able to see that that's wet by there. You can see that, can't you? Gorgeous people. Wow, it just makes it into like a paste on the in the compact. Can you see that? It's transforming the foundation into like a paste. So this is going to go on like a dream. And obviously, what we're after here is full of well, not full coverage, because I don't like anything which is going to make my skin look like I've got loads of foundation on it. But you certainly want it to be able to, you know, to cover those little red areas of redness, or this just airbrushes your pores. It just does, guys. It's just amazing. You know, one of those pore minimizing foundations. This is possibly, no, in fact it is, without shadow of doubt, the best foundation I think I've ever come across, powder or otherwise. So what I need to do now is just to clean up the old brows and the stosh, and why that's drying. What's that? Someone's, oh, is that Lisa Eldridge released another video? She's releasing quite a lot of videos at the moment, isn't she? Bless her. Been going for 10 years plus, Lisa has. I do like Lisa. I think she's amazing. Just going to get my glasses back in a second, okay? So gorgeous ones. This is the side with the dry foundation brush, or no, don't even try it. Sesh is dry for French. No, I'm going to stop it now, guys. Sorry. And this is the side with the. Can you see that? I mean, look. This is a full cover. Sorry, a powder foundation, full-on powder foundation, and look. That glow. It just wouldn't happen, guys. It just wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? If we hadn't soaked. Okay. Mind you, I suppose. Eating my words quite severely there now, guys. Can you see that there? This is an amazing, and the brush was slightly damp, or TBH, or to be honest with you. I'll put my glasses on so I can have a close inspection. Wow, 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 wow. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I'm really impressed with it, just out of the compact. Obviously, I would never ever go out with a powdery looking face. I'd always prefer to soak my sponge first, and go in with a lighter hand too. However, this is just awesome. Can you see it's gotten rid of the redness on my nose? And yet look at that, look at the tip of my nose. Can you see that glow? It just looks like skin, only much better. Wow. I'm one happy bunny now. I'm so chuffed. I'll go and take a last set of photos, and then when we come back, should we look at the website and then we'll close? Should we do right, beautiful ones. Final set of photos coming in now. This is me looking out of the window into natural daylight again. Having a good old gawp at the neighbours. Do you know what I mean? Very nosy I am, very interfering in other people's business constantly. Me to the right. I'm so not, guys. I'm quite a private sort of person, really. Me to the left. This foundation is just incredible, guys. I am so impressed. Holding the camera above my head. I mean, look. Sorry, you should be looking at the photos, not at me. Sorry. Carry on looking. Holding the camera above my head. And finally, beautiful ones, flash photography. And it doesn't give any flashback either, so this could be the perfect foundation, powder or otherwise. It is incredible. Wow. I'm so impressed. Right, I'll get you in a little bit closer, and then should we look at the Rimmel London website? Let's do that, and then we'll close. So beautiful ones. This one is the Rimmel, what's it called? RimmelLondon.com, and this is called the Lasting Finish Compact Foundation. £9.99, and it is, they've got 12 shades. We had Rose Ivory, didn't we? And the next one I'm going to try is Rose Vanilla, so that's 006. Again, I'll put these here for your reference. Should we read the description? Why not? Rimmel London Lasting Finish Compact Foundation is a lightweight, Agreed. Very, very, very lightweight. In fact, barely there. Soft Touch Powder Foundation. Again, totally agree. Very, very soft. Lovely. It controls shine without feeling dry on your face. Again, I've only really been using it for this morning, but I'll do a separate wear test if you guys want me to. Just let me know in the comments. The fine powder blends seamlessly to provide a medium. Right, so it's medium coverage. I'd say more sheer, but I'm not going to beg to differ here because it's just so incredible. Sorry, the fine powder blends seamlessly to provide a medium, buildable, natural-looking coverage that lasts all day. Wow, so natural, guys. Just awesome. It comes in a convenient compact container with pressed powder for easy on-the-go makeup refresh. Available in a range of 12 shades. Gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And then the claims go on. It says soft touch powder that lasts. Again, totally agree. Not too sure about the last one yet because, as I said, it's only been on my skin for the past 2 hours. Fine powder blends seamlessly for a buildable yet lightweight coverage. Again, totally agree. That lasts all day and controls shine without feeling dry. Certainly no dryness. In fact, wow, my skin just feels incredible now. This video is so not sponsored, guys. Lightweight vegan powder foundation that controls shine without feeling dry. So that's another big thumbs up there. It's vegan. And last claim of all is dermatologist tested, suitable for sensitive skin, won't clog pores, so it's non-comedogenic, suitable for all skin types. And wow, I just agree. I've fallen in love with this one. So how to apply? Again, I'll put those here. Using the sponge included or a foundation brush, which is exactly what we did, isn't it, guys? Apply the compact powder foundation on top of moisturized skin. I said not to, and I wouldn't do. And I just, you know, if you want it to last all day by applying it on top of moisturized skin, it just won't. As long as it would have if you didn't have moisture. Does that make sense on your face? Start at the center and blend outwards for a flawless finish all day. We did all of that, didn't we? And we tried it with a brush, sponge, soak sponge, dry sponge. Step 2, use a sponge or brush to build up in areas you need extra coverage. So it covered my nose perfectly, didn't it? And that redness has just disappeared. And yet, does it look like I've got anything on my skin? It just doesn't, does it, guys? Wow. I'm just so blown away, totally stunned, totally speechless, which for me is a rarity. Step 3, for best results, finish with last hour. It's another shameless plug. They're trying to sell you stuff which you won't actually need, but right. So beautiful ones. My final thoughts on this compact foundation, what's it called? Lasting Finish Buildable Coverage Powder Foundation is just, it's just beautiful, absolutely stunning, gorgeous. I mean, look. And that's aside without, you know, straight out of the compact. It's just phenomenal, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous powder foundation. So packaging, I'd give that a 10 out of 10. You know, it comes with a little sponge in, and there's a mirror in there for convenience, for touch-ups on the go. No scent as well, so that's another big plus to me. It has to be plastic, doesn't it? Because, you know, you can hardly put foundation in cardboard or wood or something like that, could you? Or metal, I suppose, metal, but then, you know, you're talking price and that. Waffling, colour match, again, very, very close to my natural skin tone. This is, as I said, this is me, this is Winter Joseph as opposed to Summer Joseph, although the two are quite, what's the word? There's no difference between Winter Joseph and Summer Joseph, basically. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to go out and see if I can find Rose Vanilla now, because I think that 1 or 2 shades deeper, and that would be talking perfection here. We're talking perfection anyway, guys. This is just gorgeous. So formulation, definitely 10 out of 10. Color match, 10 out of 10. Price, 20 out of 10. It is a gorgeous foundation. So beautiful ones. If you're after something which is going to make your skin look really, really, really flawless, and yet as if there's nothing on there at all, which would hold oil in check all day long, this is definitely the kitty for you. And £10. Come on, guys. It's just gorgeous. We're so talking Holy Grail product here, guys. We so are. I'm just totally in love with this one. It is amazing. That's it for today. I'm going to go and drag myself away and go and try and find the Rose Vanilla and every other shade, as I said, which has been made. If you enjoyed today's tutorial blind review, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Similarly, itchy moustache. Similarly, do consider subscribing so you're kept abreast of each time I release new videos. And all that remains is for me to wish you beautiful ones a gorgeous Thursday. Go out and enjoy the sun, guys. We don't have enough of it, really, do we? Lots of love. Take care.